In the early 20th century, reports began to emerge from rural areas of Arkansas. People described lights appearing in the distance. They did not remain in one place. They moved, they paused, and then they disappeared. No confirmed source was ever established. In the early 20th century, reports began to emerge from rural areas of Arkansas. People described lights appearing in the distance. They did not remain in one place. They moved, they paused, and then they disappeared. No confirmed source was ever established. In the rural areas of Arkansas in the early 20th century, the landscape opened into long stretches of land broken by tree lines, fields, and small roads that connected distant homes. At night, that space changed. Without the presence of city lighting, darkness settled fully across the land. The horizon became harder to define. Distances that were clear during the day became uncertain. Points of light stood out sharply: a lantern in the distance, a window, a passing movement along a road. In that environment, light carried meaning. It marked position. It indicated presence. It told you where something or someone was. And most lights could be understood. They came from known places, moved in expected ways, appeared and disappeared with a reason behind them. But over time, reports began to describe something that did not follow those expectations. Lights that appeared in places where nothing was known to be. Over time, the sightings did not gather all at once. They appeared in separate places, carried by the people who had seen them. One person would describe a light in the distance. Another, days later, would mention something similar in a different location. At first, the descriptions were simple: a point of light, small, distant. But as more accounts were shared, the details began to align. The light did not remain fixed. It would appear, hold in place for a moment, and then move. Sometimes slowly across the horizon, sometimes shifting direction in a way that did not follow a straight path. Those who watched it longer described a kind of hesitation in its movement, as if it would pause and then decide where to go next. In some cases, the light would dim slightly, then grow brighter again. Not in a steady pattern, but in a way that suggested it was not simply being blocked or revealed by something in the environment. And in nearly every account, there was the same final detail. The light did not remain. It did not move toward a known location. It did not resolve into something that could be identified. It simply disappeared. Those who saw it began to pay closer attention. They watched the same areas at night, waited to see if it would return, and often it did. Not on a strict schedule, not in exactly the same place, but often enough that the experience could not be dismissed as a single moment. It became something expected, even if it was not understood. As the reports continued, attention turned toward what could produce a light like that. There were explanations, and many of them made sense at first. In certain environments, natural gases can rise from the ground and ignite, producing small flickering lights. These lights can appear in low areas, near water, or in places where the ground holds organic material. They can move slightly with air currents, dim, brighten, then fade. Another possibility involved distant light sources. A lantern carried across uneven ground. Light from a home or structure partially hidden by trees. Under the right conditions, distance and darkness can distort how light is seen. It can appear to hover, to shift in ways that do not match its actual movement. There was also the effect of the air itself. Temperature and moisture can bend light in subtle ways. A reflection can appear where there is nothing directly present. A distant source can be seen as if it were closer, or positioned somewhere it is not. Each of these explanations could account for part of what had been described. A light appearing in the distance, a change in brightness, movement that was not entirely steady. But none of them matched everything. Not the way the light seemed to pause before moving again. Not the changes in direction that did not follow terrain or path. Not the repeated accounts of the light appearing in different places without a consistent source. The explanations remained possible, but they did not fully settle the experience. Over time, the reports of the lights continued, then became less widely shared. The landscape remained the same. Fields, tree lines, open space where distance could be seen clearly during the day and only partially understood at night. Those who lived in the area still moved through that space as they always had, and most lights could still be explained. A home, a lantern, a passing movement along a road, but the earlier accounts described something that did not behave in the same way. A light that appeared without a fixed position, that moved without a clear path, that remained just long enough to be seen and then was gone. No confirmed source was ever established. No single explanation accounted for every report. Only a series of moments where something visible crossed the distance and did not remain long enough to be understood. That was tonight's story. You've been listening to The Midnight Box. Wherever you are, thank you for listening. Good night.